Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, you may be asking yourself, or asking me, or asking God, where are the videos? You know, Bronze to Glory and that stuff. I'm busy studying. As you can clearly see, I'm studying right now. Been doing a lot of studying. I'm just gonna drop out. Sing us your song, you're the piano man. No! Sing us your song tonight. So as you can clearly see, I've been very busy studying. If you guys want some study tactics, some study strategies, just let me know. I'll give you some really bad advice. Really bad advice! But speaking of studying, last week, or whenever I made the last video, I asked you guys if you wanted tips on studying or something, school. So you guys sent in some questions. Let's dive right into that, shall we? Alright, the first question's coming from Buffy Gold Gaming, who asks, how do you get a girlfriend who likes the video games? Why can't I read? How do you get a girlfriend who like video games like FIFA? Well, that's not really related to school, I guess, but I'll still answer it because that's what you guys pay me for, right? So I'd essentially say you just have to message every person that you play after a game of Weekend League, especially if they beat you, because remember, the object is to not only get a girlfriend who likes FIFA, but a girlfriend who's really good at Weekend League. So anytime you see someone who has established 1999, established 2003, Foot Founder, established 1867 like Heinz Ketchup, just message them. If they have the elite kit or something, just message them, say, hey, girl. Or you could always do what I like to do. If you guys ever played Ink Link, a game where you draw and then other people guess what you're drawing, really groundbreaking stuff, people would just ask you in the chat ASL, which stands for age, sex, location. Now, I don't really recommend, actually no, I really do recommend giving out your exact age, your exact sex, and your exact location, down to your address. But really what you're looking for is you're gonna ask other people, try to find a girl, basically who's good at FIFA. Now the second question's coming from Swash74, who asks, can we call you Long Tranny for short? Well, that seems kind of counterintuitive that I'd be Long Tranny for short. And actually, if you look at the comment, I responded by saying that's what my mom calls me, because that's what my mom calls me. So yes, I think Long Tranny is an excellent nickname. That would just suit everyone. Everyone would really love that. If you were ever watching me and then one of your friends or your relatives or your parents was like, who's that? Just be like, oh, that guy? That's Long Tranny. No explanations necessary. Alright, now we have some other questions. I think the majority of these actually have to do with school. I don't really care though, you guys can put anything you want. Just this question says from Gun Gun, should I tell my teacher that I think she is hot? Well, this is a classic. It depends on how old you are. If you're really young, say 7, then I'm surprised you actually know how to use the internet, so congratulations. If you're in the range 8 to, I don't know, 16, I'd say just go for it. They'll probably get a good chuckle out of it. And what do you know? Maybe you could get her in jail. I mean, that's the only positive thing that could come out of that, right? If you're above the age of 15 or 16 or something like that, I'd say don't do it. Just hold in your feelings and never say anything to anyone ever, so you're safe. The next question comes from Rinzella, who asks, I have a really important exam next week. When should I start studying for it? Now, I think this is pretty suitable because I also have a very important exam on Thursday. Today is Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I have 5 days until the exam. So the question is, when should you start studying? Well, I would say don't study because studying is for chumps. If you are going to study because you're a chump, then make it at the very last moment. So for me, because my exam's on a Thursday, I would start studying at Wednesday at around 11:59 p.m. basically on Thursday. A lot of new studies have come out saying that you should just read over textbooks and just highlight every single thing you notice, because that's how people learn. Additionally, I'm assuming that this is a midterm or a final exam, meaning that you've had plenty of classes through which you could have asked questions or they went over information. Now hopefully you don't actually go to class because that's also for chumps, and hopefully if you do, off the off chance that you go to class because you're a chump, hopefully you aren't asking questions or like you're just holding any questions that you have about the material inside, because no one likes to ask questions. You never learn by asking questions. We have another question coming from Diego Antonio Figueroa Bernal. He says, tips for semestrals. Now, I'm an American, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Luckily, you gave me an answer as to what a semestral is, and you said it's basically an exam. That's like a midterm. So this kind of goes back to what I've been saying about like exams in general. Don't study for them, just don't even go to class either. Don't even buy the textbooks if you're supposed to buy the textbooks. Just kind of like go out into the world and observe what's happening, and you'll probably understand it. Like take a physics class, for example. Let's say that you have to do a lot of different calculations on acceleration and stuff like that. You don't need to do that. Like your car accelerates. I mean, you can just go to Foothead, figure out acceleration of different players, then by process of elimination, figure out what the answer is. Just say it's Messi minus Salah equals second in form Immobile. Now we have a question from Alexander May, and he actually starts by saying, "Don't call me Alexander May. I failed." It says, "Thanks, mate. Actually, some good advice snuck in there, haha." Is that supposed to be condescending? But for a question, if you need one, should I drop out of life? I'm assuming you mean euthanize yourself? And I feel like I'm not really supposed to give information or advice upon whether you're supposed to euthanize yourself. Cats, on the other hand. Okay, it appears that that is all the questions that I have for this week. Joy. I know that some of you guys enjoy this a lot. I also enjoy it, as you can probably tell by how excited I seem in these videos. So for next week, I'm thinking maybe give questions you have on YouTube, or just give me any question. Like I just need questions. The more questions, the longer this video is. The longer this video is, the more ads I can put on it. The more ads I can put on it, the more money I could potentially get from YouTube. The more money I get from YouTube, the less I have to study. The less I have to study, the less I have to go to school. The less I have to go to school, the less I have to do things that are boring. The more I can make videos. The more I make videos, the longer I can make the videos. The more videos I make, the more ads I get. The more ads I get, the less time I have to go to school. The less time I have to go to school, the more money I make. The circle of life.